Why are you choosing bamboo? Because you're obviously doubling down.
If I were to get a printer today, what should I get?
And what is the AMS system tied to the bamboo print? I agree with Glendon. I want to underscore this. I think it's a game changer.
I have ordered a second AMS for my bamboo X1 carbon.
All right, so let's take a sidestep then.
Yes.
Why do you like the bamboo 3D printers in general? And then we'll slide into the AMS. Why are you choosing bamboo? Because you're obviously doubling down. You're buying deeper into their ecosystem. Why bamboo for you?
Ease of use, probably number one. I don't have to tinker with it like I have every other 3D printer that's out there. If I do, it's not to that extent anyway. Speed and quality and the ability to print in color. It's just a complete package that I really enjoy using. The color aspect is what sold me on it initially.
So when you say color, hang on, let's clarify that, because every 3D printer can print in quote unquote color or
multicolor.
Exactly. So it's being able to, and this slides us into AMS. So then what is the AMS system tied to the bamboo printers? What does it do? Because you already have one. You're talking about getting
one, and I'm bringing in a second one. The AMS gives you the ability to print with up to 4 colors at any given time with one AMS. Okay?
And one print. One model.
On one model or multiple models, how many ever you want to put on that print bed at that time. Okay? You can add up to 4 AMS modules to give you 16 colors. For me, that's a little overkill. Okay, a lot of overkill.
Well,
there are some things.
You say that now.
Yeah, I do say that now. Who knows what it's
But you want
like
8.
2 months. But yes, I wanted 8 colors because I have started doing a lot of team logos, sports logos, different things like that, and found the need to have more than 4 colors available to me. I didn't think that I was going to at first, but once I started this little niche of multicolored prints, I found the need to have more options. And I feel 8's the sweet spot for me right now, but we'll see. That's supposed to be here Tuesday.
I'm in the same boat because I have a few prints that I've already modeled and colored, and they require 5 colors.
Yeah.
So even just having that 5th color is worth it. Not necessarily that you have to have 8, but I agree. The multicolor part it's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I like it. I usually use my AMS, right? I use the multicolored prints for the action figures that I print for the most part, or even the Hugh Forge stuff. In fact, I've got Bib Fortuna is the next one that I've got to slice and get ready to print. That might happen over the weekend. Yeah, I use, that's my primary use case for that bamboo printer is specifically printing the action figures every week. It's really, I know it's strange.
It's all in you like, whatever you like. And if it brings you pleasure and you enjoy it, who cares?
I do immensely. Like I cannot explain words. I cannot explain how excited I get when I have a new action figure that I don't have to paint. So there's the value of the AMS, the system that Glendon's talking about, specifically connected to the bamboo printers, because there are other multicolor filament systems, like I think what Prusa has, MMU.
Yes.
Is that
Prusa
correct?
has an MMU, and then there's a palette out there, and then there's a mosaic.
These are different multicolor systems so that you can print a model, like an object, right? And not have to afterwards paint it. So especially for smaller things like the action figures that I do, they're very, very precise. And there are people out there like Phantom Printer, that's his handle. He will go in and paint the individual pieces because he doesn't have a multicolor system. But like when I prepare a figure to be printed, then I go into the software, which I agree with Glendon on this. It is very user-friendly. It is a very clean experience. And it works exceedingly well. That's the reason why I basically returned, although, God, now that I think about it, I have not received my refund yet for returning my Prusa Mini. I got to check. But I've been waiting because right around Thanksgiving, November 24th or so, I should be getting my A1 Mini on my desk, which does come with an AMS, but I don't know if I'm going to be connecting that AMS directly directly to it on the desk because I just don't have a lot of desktop real estate. Real estate at the. Boy, this is really good beer. Real estate.
I've got a question for you. So I am brand new to the 3D space, right? I am interested in it, and someday I'm going to get one. But me starting now, would you give different advice from when you started? Or, okay, I'll ask it a different way. If I were to get a printer today, what should I get?
The
Let's
A1
start
Mini.
with the basics.
A1
Mini.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a bamboo, right?
Yeah.
That is a
A1
bamboo.
Mini.
Blended?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, A1 Mini.
Now,
Okay.
toxic.
And I tell you before you get to toxic, how much I feel that's going to be a game ending new go-to entry model printer.
Yeah.
I actually have both of my minis now up for sale.
Prusa
Prusa
Mini. As opposed to the bamboo A1 Mini. You know, at a distance, I understand why, and even though I do not yet have the experience of an A1 Mini, just money. Well, it is kind
A1
of
money.
Speaking of money, it is, as Glenn pointed out, affordable. It's like what, $150 cheaper than the Prusa Mini, and a lot more streamlined. Not perfect.
No.
In any capacity, right? And this like, oh, it's the beautiful, thing, and it works better than everything. No, there are things about the A1 Mini that are not perfect. And I will, when I do get mine, I will end up talking about it on the podcast, certainly, and streaming it on Twitch naturally, as well as on MakerDeck on Twitch. So that's the 24/7 Twitch channel that has people making all the time from all around the world. You should watch it if you're interested in 3D printing and you got questions, much like Mike had. But yeah, it's as far as bang for your buck is concerned, what is it? $300 without the AMS.
$299 without the
Mini.
AMS. Yes.
Even though I don't know if that's for sale directly yet, or they're waiting.
Not
right
yet.
Now. You have to buy both of them. I understand why.
Right.
So it's that ratchets it up to what, $500 or something like that.
Still not bad.
Or something, but it isn't. It really, if you're going to get started with 3D printing, if you don't have $500 to spend in general, don't get started, because you're going to need filament anyway, right? It's not a cheap hobby, but what you get out of it is, you get to enjoy the making process. You get products and things that you can have around the house or to give out as gifts or what have you. So a lot of this is really down to what you might need and what your level of proficiency is. So if you're someone who's more like me and not a hardware guy, I use hardware, yes, but I just want stuff to work. I want to press a button and go. The bamboo ecosystem is catering to that type of audience. These people came out of DJI and their products, so it's got that type of, I'm not going to say look and feel, but that type of, that's the type of approach that they're taking to the marketplace. And up until this point, I'm not so sure there's been anything close to what Bamboo is trying to do, from hardware to software to ecosystem, like stem to stern. So I agree with Glendon. I want to underscore this. I think it's a game changer. I genuinely do.
A1 Mini, no AMS means I can do one color at a time, right? Mm-hmm. Or I have to manually change the color.
Correct.
Okay.
And you can.
That's a good starting point, I think.
Okay. I would, if you have the space and you have the budget, I would not have any qualms in recommending getting the AMS with the A1 Mini. The thing is, if you don't have the budget, you can get the A1 Mini, and then later you can decide, I think I want to try multicolor printing, because it's not every model is going to take advantage of it.
No.
I mean, for the most part, it just depends on what it is that you might be printing on a regular basis. So, I'm confident in that as well. So what I've got to ask, Glendon, what's pushing you to get the second one? Like, because you're doing well with the 4 colors, but like, what is it? Because you're going to be spending more for the AMS for the X1 Carbon, which is a kind of the behemoth that Bamboo offers. A lot more expensive, but a lot more powerful in just about every way. Why go with the second one? What is not satisfying you with just one?
Sometimes I do have a lot of smaller prints.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, probably some of it is a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out.
Okay. But what are you missing out on? What
a fancy new little printer.
Yeah, but no. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the A1 Mini. I'm asking about the second AMS.
The second AMS is because I need the ability to print with more than 4 colors, period. I've got friends and family that I'm making these sports logos for, and a lot of them have more than 4 colors. For instance, like the Chicago Blackhawks. I know you're not a sports guy, Chris, but it's a hockey team.
Sorry.
What's a sports ball?
What is the sports ball you speak of? Anyway, they have 8 colors in their logo if you want to do it correctly. And that's one of the requests that I've had. Another Minnesota Vikings, they've got 5. It's just not having to worry about or turning someone down or giving them something that's close to correct. I want it to be as close to perfect as it can be. So that's really why I'm wanting to do it.
Is it like 8-bit versus 16-bit? I mean, it kind of is in a way, right? Because you're using more colors, you're using more depth.
I mean, it is. I mean, you could think of it. I mean, it's exactly that, really. You know,
okay.
From each generation, you went from 8, 16, 32
onward. Yeah.
Yeah. You just increase the color palette.
When it gets to 256, it's going to start looking crazy in your room, man.
It is.
I'm just saying.
It really is.
You already have all the colors across the top. Look, you have all the colors.
I do have the colors. I have a lot of color. But yeah, that's primarily the reason that I want to do it, is just because the fact that I do have the need now, after starting to print in color, multicolor prints rather, and people seeing that I have the ability, then they want more elaborate projects.
Right. See, I'm glad I'm not opening that Pandora's box. Like, nope.
So you're saying that you've never ran into a point whenever you're printing your play action toys that you've needed more than 4 colors?
There have been some extenuating circumstances where I'm like, it would be great if I had this. Like, for example, Thrawn. One example, this Thrawn, the details are not going to be perfect, but this was done on the bamboo. Everything was done on the AMS on his torso, except I painted on the red. And I had to paint on the red because I was using blue, silver, yellow, white. And so that fifth one. So, but I knew I could paint on the red and be fine with it.
I wouldn't be fine with it. That's just me.
I had to be fine with it because I don't have the room for a second aim.
You could actually print a stackable shelf system for the AMS to where you can load one on top of each other.
Need to know
print the shelf to use the AMS
enabler, okay?
Yeah, you are.
Honestly, I'm not saying 4 is enough for anybody. It isn't, clearly, but I feel like I can be fine with 4. I really do.
Are we still talking about 3D printers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Okay. Right.
Very good.
All right. Well, Glenn and I hope to see that in an upcoming week. You got to show us one of your first beyond 4 color prints. I
will. I will for sure. I've already got it picked out what it's going to be.
Oh, what is it?
It's going to be an Optimus Prime light box.
Ooh.
Well, that's a great reason actually to get a different. Okay. I feel you now. All right. Okay. Not that you needed my blessing at all, but
it's a sports ball team. I don't expect you to know who it is. But it's the Chicago
That's the
Bears.
Chicago something. Yeah.
It's the Chicago Bears, and it's a light box. You can see now I have been buying LED strips to put inside there.
Do you have a completed one?
Yeah, not with me.
Okay.
But
yeah, you hit the button and it glows, and you put it on a wall or something. That looks pretty cool.
Yep, put it on
that came
wall.
out of the printer.
Yes.
That's awesome.
nice.
He's going to have 256 colors by the end of 2024.
Well, that's the only limitation, right? You can only have 4 AMS models.
4
currently.
So 6.
You could have 16 big colors.
16.
16
Okay.
color. Yeah.
Yeah, I can still math.
Yeah, I mean, I've
All
got
right.
a couple multicolors. Like, they're great.
That N64 cube, bro. That is so
they came out really
good.
well.
Yep.
Yeah.